Showtime.
No
Showtime.
No woo.
Yeah,
it is
no.
Showtime, but
Yes.
no woos.
The only actual Showtime was the Bills' offense.
Absolutely. So let me restart this. Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Joining me is my main man, Mr. Mikey. Yeah, that was a shit show for the defense. The offense actually gave everything they had, especially there at the end in the fourth quarter when we were down 17 and they clawed their way back. But the defense just could not make any big stops when needed. I mean, we had an opportunity. And
one stop
do it
the whole fucking game.
That's it. Just needed one. I mean, we could have forgave them.
3rd and 17, and they ended up putting it away. 3rd and 17, and they put it away.
Yep. I mean, just
I will say this, and it's the only time I will say it, Tommy. Josh deserves better than McDermott.
Absolutely. He got outcoached today. There we go, guys. See? So this is what we're talking about. This is a prime example of when McDermott goes against a better a head coach that's, let's face it, better, a Super Bowl winning head coach, a coach that's proven himself. He gets outcoached. He does. And he got outcoached today. We did not come prepared. That defense, and he's a defensive-minded head coach, guys.
Exactly.
Once again, he's a defensive-minded head coach. We didn't lose offensively. It's not like the Rams spanked us and our offense is going to get going. The defense shit the bed. This is his players, guys. This is his defense. He put this together. These are the guys he wanted. So you could blame the players, but this is his team. It's what he wants. And this is what you get.
This is what we get in the playoffs, too. The
Absolutely.
offense puts up a bunch of points, and the defense just shits the bed.
40 guys, unacceptable. We had no answers today. 0 for their offense. 0. Listen, they have a good offense. I'm not going to lie. They have Puka's the real deal. No doubt. Cooper, he's Coop Cup, Cooper Cup is
all pro for a reason. He was
he's damn good, but man, my God, though. I mean, 44 points. Like, that's craziness.
Yeah. Connor, the defense single-handedly lost this game. This was fucking horrible.
It was embarrassing.
It was.
Yeah. I mean, congrats to the Rams. God. They brung it. We didn't bring it.
We
went
physical.
There and we got smoked.
They were more aggressive.
Yeah, from the jump.
McDermott had a chance at the end of the half on 4th and 2, and he punted it away.
Yes.
4th and 2, McVay goes for it and seals the game.
We talked about that.
More aggressive coach.
I text you because Aramis actually texted me as that's happening and was like, you see the difference between Dan Campbell and Sean McDermott? Dan Campbell goes for that. And you know what? At first I was like, maybe not. But you know what? Yeah, he's right. You should have gone for it. The game wasn't going good. The defense wasn't getting stops. Go for it. At that point, we needed points. At that point, you know what I mean? Like, and we just we fell way too behind to catch up, and our defense couldn't get stops when needed. So, listen, and I gotta say the punt block for a touchdown too. Once that, like, things just got out of control quickly, and snowball effect. And it's very tough to come back from 17. Very tough. I'm proud that we tried. Like, I'm proud of our boys. I'm proud of Shakir, who had an excellent game. I thought Amari Cooper made some excellent catches. The referees fucked up too at the end there on the 4th down, but I'm not going to blame them for the ultimate game that we couldn't get a stop. That block
punt. How does Smiley still have a fucking job?
I don't know. And they're still kick returning on us like crazy.
Yeah,
like they're still getting positive yards.
How does
every
he still have a job? I have
no idea. I have no idea.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If we would have punted the ball off, there's a good chance they drive down the field and score because we couldn't stop them. But yeah, you just gave them 6 points on special teams.
And I will say Tom Brady had a great point there at the end too. Why are we running there on that? I mean, I get that we do that on that play.
You weren't set
but you
up
had
for the
3 timeouts.
Push.
Exactly. You weren't even set up right. You ran. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you too. We weren't even set up right.
Dan, you're crazy if you don't think that's a McDermott defense. That's exactly what happens every postseason.
That's his defense. Absolutely. That's his defense. He built that defense.
Babbage is a McDermott guy. He's been with him since Carolina. Everything Babbage knows is McDermott.
The only thing that's been different so far in this Babbage defense is once in a while we do play a little bit more man, I noticed. But other than that, it's the same. There's not much of a change between McDermott and Babbage. It's the same, like Mikey said. Babbage was underneath McDermott. This is McDermott's basically his playbook. He just handed it to him. He's just calling the plays. But ultimately, man, look, the truth is the truth. The defense could not get a stop. They could not stop. Way too much space. I thought Tehran looked bad today. I thought Rasul Douglas was terrible today. Got absolutely worked.
Oh my God, both of them.
Benford didn't look that great. Honestly, our DBs and safeties. Was the one he got better at the end, but he started. He was giving up some.
What started the game?
He was our best one. He was getting our best one, but he was still giving up plays. Even our DeMar Hamlin was all over was just in the wrong spots at times. I mean, he was looking bad. Taylor Rapp. I'm just saying our DBs in general got work today. That whole DB room.
Whoever Benford wasn't on is who they picked on. Go back
I
and
agree.
watch the game.
I'm with you. I think Benford played the best, but I still don't think he played his best game. You know what I mean? He played the best out of the DBs that were on the field, but that's not saying a lot. I have to go back and watch you all 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. Yep. What up, Andrew? How's everything, brother?
Yeah, Jesus, that was. And the sad part is, the Lions' offense is a supercharged version of what the hell we just watched.
Way better. Offensive line's way better than the Rams. They are legit. We better. I don't know, and we don't know yet. Too on Rasul Douglas. Say what you want. He had a bad game. He hasn't had the greatest season. I don't think he's had the worst season, though. But we don't know what's going on with him. He had a knee injury. He went out of the game. Ingram came in. So curious on how that plays out. But not good. Not good, man. We were not prepared. Either we were not prepared or we got exposed. It's one or the other. Or both. I don't know. What do you think?
It was both.
A little bit of both, right?
But I can't say we weren't prepared because we weren't prepared defensively.
Defensively,
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But also, you got to tip your cap some because they made some incredible catches. Puka and Cup made catches that most people don't make.
No, absolutely. But that's what they do. I mean, Puka's an amazing player. Yeah. I get you, but they also had a ton of the separation was unbelievable. I mean, they were gaining great separation.
No pass rush at all.
Zero.
We were running 3-man pass rush games at times. Why do we keep doing that?
I'll tell you what I saw in that game, and I don't recall them doing it much, the Rams. And maybe it was just a great game plan by their OC, McVay, too, is having Stafford roll out more. Mm-hmm. Stafford was rolling out from the jump, buying time, because he's a pocket passer, but that little time of him rolling out, I think we were not expecting that. And we just could not stop it. We could not stop it. Gave them a little extra time for him to get rid of the ball, and that's exactly what he did. Do we even have a sack? I don't even recall having a sack.
No, there was 0 sacks in the entire game.
0, right? Nothing.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Greg Rousseau, I didn't even hear his name today.
We were playing 8 yards off the ball, and he was just taking the 3 yards.
No, he was taking me. Yeah,
is that Cincinnati game where Joe Burrow carved us up because we
chopped us stuff.
We just kept playing 8 yards off the ball, 8 yards off the ball.
Yep, went downfield with ease.
Yeah,
we had no running game today either. Yeah. On offense, that was the one thing.
I think
we really couldn't at the end. I mean, especially at the end, we were so far down. But
in the first half, we didn't even try to run the ball.
I think we did a couple times, but our offensive line run blocking was not good today.
Yeah, Spin comes in and says my only gripe with McDee's decision was accepting that holding call. What was he doing there? They were going to kick the field goal.
I have no idea either. And now you just wasted more time anyways. They got the yards rate back anyways.
Yeah,
it made no sense, bro. It made no sense.
This is why they brought Hyde back. They don't trust Hamlin, and I see why. Hamlin was bad today.
I told you he was not. He was not good today. I honestly, Milano was a little shaky today, and maybe that's Russ, but he didn't.
This is only his second game back.
I know what I'm saying, and he got smoked on the one cut where he broke his ankle practically.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, but I'll give him a pass because obviously he's working his way back. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think there was many standouts.
I think
any
we
on
missed
defense.
Jordan Phillips' energy today.
Big time. Why was he inactive?
Because Carter's back.
Yeah, but you needed a guy to get after.
They kicked Jefferson to the end.
And Carter, I didn't like it. I would have much preferred Phillips out there today just for the energy alone. And he could, and he's a pass rusher. He gets after. He maybe calls a little, something. But either way, I don't know if he makes the difference. I'm just saying, like, today was just sad to see that defense get carved up the way it did because that was terrible. That was worse than the Ravens game.
I have to get down here to the super chat.
Oh, let me hit that. Even though, I'm hitting it because of the super chat, but our Bills don't deserve it, obviously. Go ahead, because I can't. Oh, here we go. I found it. We call it. We always hit it every time. So let's go ahead and do that.
You need to come up with a sad version of that.
I do like a bicycle horn. Beep.
Yep. Tim comes in and says, "Hey guys, I love the show. Disappointing result today. Also thought Tron had an awful game. He did.
He got worked.
Was wasted, and Allen's performance was wasted.
It was
six touchdowns."
3 passing, 3 rushing, first player ever. I think I believe I read that. So he had himself a game. I tell you what, I don't know if it's Brady went to the air early because he saw the writing on the wall with the defense and knew that we weren't going to. The offensive line wasn't good run blocking today. Maybe he's just like, fuck it. You know what? We're just going to have to match them. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to match them. And that's why I think that punt block for a touchdown really hurt because maybe we keep matching them and it comes down to whoever had the ball last. You get what I'm saying? But when that punt touchdown happened, really started that snowball effect. And then we're down 14, I think, at that time, or 17. I forget what the score was on that punt touchdown, but man, it hurt, man.
Yep. Now Josh needed 13 to break 40. Now he only needs 7 in the last 4 games. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
And
you know what? And going off that, what Spin just said, we're going against the Detroit team. Guess what? It may come down to the same thing. Shot for shot. Right? Mm-hmm. Your points for our point. Who gets the ball last? I'm just saying, if our defense is like this, boy, oh boy.
Remember, we asked the question at the end of last week. If the Bills needed to go in a shootout, shot for shot, is the passing game good enough? Today I will tell you, we did it, yes. And we did it without Keon and Kincaid, who's still
without Keon and Kincaid. Yep, absolutely.
Mac looked good today.
Mac did, man. I'm proud of him. He really stepped up. Great cat. Khalil Shakir is my dude, though. That dude was unbelievable. Amari had a good game. Like I said, the offense in a whole, except for the running game, the running game was just not there. But everything else, passing wise, it was on. I thought Allen missed a couple, but other than that, man, he was dropping them, bro. He was dropping them. I didn't like the last drive. I felt like he could have ran on one of those instead of he overthrew on trying to get it to Cook, I believe it was, or Ty Johnson. I forget who it was.
Oh, yeah. The reason why he did that, though, is because they were trying to save the timeouts.
Yeah, I know. He was on the sideline, but I'm just saying he could have still, I felt I get where I understand that, but either way. But I thought he played phenomenal, man. I really did. Especially being down like that, having to come back. You could have been like, he could have been like, oh, fuck, it's over. But he kept fighting. That's what he is, man.
Defense, absolute trash. Ruined the all-time day for 17.
Terrible today. That was the worst I've seen in a while. I gotta say, from our defense.
That's the worst I've seen since. That was worse than the 13-second defense.
That was terrible. Like bro, they did exactly what they wanted every time. If they want, by the way, too, their one game wasn't even that bad. They had chunk yards on the ground too. Like they did what they wanted, but the passing game is what they really shredded us on.
And you know what? We gotta call a spade a spade. Oliver and Jones have been getting obliterated.
Nothing.
Obliterated.
Yeah.
Nothing. From them at
nothing.
all.
0.
You know, it just, oh, man, it's so
poor performance. By the way, too, Lions have a lot of rest. We're gonna travel from LA. Like it's gonna be a tough game, bro.
Yeah, it's just, oh God. When players look out their loss, it's Babbage, another cover one disaster. Dan, if you want to put this all on Babbage, that's fine. But our head coach is a defensive minded head coach who has done the exact same bullshit every season.
Every season, in the playoffs. Bro. And that's why I keep telling you guys, and that's why Mikey keeps telling you, and Aramis, and the people that keep it real.
I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong.
I do too. But the proof has been there, guys, right in front of your face. We talk about this every offseason. Why the defense let us down. And every year we have to come up with some type of excuse to make, I guess, it feel a little better. A defensive player out, this guy back. Wait till we get this guy back. Next year is going to be different because we're going to get – it's the same shit, guys, the same thing. Like we had everyone today healthy on defense, I believe, right? I think on the defensive side, Milano's in there, Rasul, right? Everybody at the time. And we still gave up 44 points.
I think calling out you want to call out Oliver and Jones and even Epinesa to the point is useless. Fine. Groot and Miller both made plays today.
I thought Von Miller played good. You're right. You know what I was thinking about? Like I said earlier, I don't think we had any bright spots on defense. I thought Von Miller did well today. I did.
And Groot was his normal self. Like Groot
was okay. I didn't think Groot was terrible, but I thought he was okay. I thought Epinesa, shaky.
He just kept running by him. He never put a counter to it. He just kept on doing the same shit.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
not good, man.
Hill was trash. Quentin Jefferson shouldn't be at the end. They tried to use him like Smoot.
Yeah,
they tried to make him the Smoot, and just didn't work. Let's be smart. Why didn't we start going for 2 points? We could have won by 1. Cato, I thought the same thing in the second half. I'm like, why aren't we starting to go? Like McDermott just kept assuming his guys wouldn't get stops. At what point do you start?
Right.
Stop kicking the extra point and start going for 2.
Saying this thing, right? We're gonna have to start playing the numbers. I agree. Yes. I agree. Just like why didn't you go for it on 4th down when you knew we couldn't get a stop at that point? Like, bro, we need to match them, and we're getting the ball in the second half. Like, you telling me you can't trust our team to pick up 2 yards at that point? Like, come on, man. Like that's what I'm saying when it comes to McDermott. Sometimes you see what I mean. Things are tight. Things aren't going well. And then that's when he tightens up. Right? Better punt. Better play it safe.
Yeah, I don't understand.
When things are going well, then he's aggressive. More reliable. Okay, yeah. Then I'll be 4th down. Let's do it. Like, what do we got to lose? We're up 10. Well, okay.
We didn't have anything to lose today, and he punted away. I want to hit some of the chat stuff that's in here. Josh is talented, but a ball jog. I'd hate to be running back. What are you talking about?
Ball hog. I think you meant. Okay.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
We try to run.
He has like 11 touchdowns on the season.
Right.
Are you talking about just because he QB sneaked today? Did
he had to
see our offensive line? They weren't getting more than a yard a carry.
Nothing.
You think James Cook's running through that? That ain't happening.
James Cook 6 carries for 20 yards, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
And every time he got touched, he barely fought through any.
He could. Ray Davis 0. He didn't even get an opportunity today. I think of
he was out there, but he didn't get any touches.
No, that's what I'm saying. No touches. Same with Ty Johnson. No touches. Mm-hmm. Curtis Samuel, I was happy to see that, though. That play didn't work. Where he got like a little motion sweep or whatever. Did not go well.
Just Jesus. Where is Ed Oliver? I have no idea where Ed Oliver is this season.
That was bad, Mike. I agree, but I'm not going to blame that game. We gave up way too many points for me to be mad on one call. Though it was ridiculous. It was definitely
quite a few no calls that they had.
Oh, absolutely. But it goes both ways. Yeah. I agree.
So
there was some
holding. They kept calling the DPI on us, but they didn't call it on them when they did it. It was just like they didn't do it until the very end.
They did at the end,
It was like, what are we doing? Like,
seriously,
every time we got them off the field, they threw a flag for defensive
because if you get them there, if they call that there, it goes to what, 4th and 10. They're probably going for a field goal there instead of going for it. That makes a world of difference.
Yeah, because then we're
now
down
they're up
1.
6. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So now you're, and plenty of time to go down and potentially win the game. So yeah, that's a missed call you can't miss, but they did, and it is what it is. But we also got to stop them at the same time. Like, got to stop them. We're still fourth
even
down.
On that touchdown. It was offensive pass interference because Kupp was blocking before the ball came out.
Yeah. I agree.
And they didn't call it. Football Pro comes in and said, Ed Oliver got paid and has done nothing in 13 games. Well, Ed Oliver got paid before last season, had a really good year. So I don't want to say it's just because he got paid.
Yeah, he did have a good season last year. This year he's been up and down. I think he's been up and down. I think there's some games but I think there's more games that he's been like not showing up than you know what I mean. But I don't think he's had a terrible season or anything like that. Who I'm more disappointed in? I think Daquan Jones. Like, Daquan Jones returning, and maybe that's a little bit of rust or age or coming back from the injury, but like I'm not getting much from him at all.
You know who I was most disappointed in today was Rasul Douglas.
Dude, he looked terrible.
He looked worse than Elam with grabbing all day long. Like, it was
Eric,
bad.
Are you back on the fire of the coach? Listen, Eric, I've been on, it's probably time to change coaches. And I'm not going to overreact because of this game. We're making the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Not even overreact. I react more after a playoff loss and we're talking off-season talk, because that's what gets me like, yo, how many more seasons you want to go on with McDermott as head coach? Like, this game here is not going to define, like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, that's it for McDermott. Like, you see, he sucks, but he does get out coached when games are close, especially against better coaches that have won Super Bowls or, just have a better track record. And McVay does. And offensive-minded head coaches, he really, really shits the bed. He gets, our defense, it looks terrible against offensive-minded head coaches, especially in the playoffs.
John comes in and says Stafford's a great quarterback. Stafford's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Stafford is, dude, I listen.
He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I live in Detroit, and they were shitting on him for so long. And I'm like, you guys are so dumb, because that was before, the whole Campbell and all that. But I'm like, you guys have no idea how good this dude is. Like, he gave you a lot of great years, and you had a shit team. You'd never, except for Calvin Johnson, you didn't really help him. You had no run game, no offensive line, and he put up tremendous stats. Then he goes and wins the Super Bowl.
Yep. Cato comes in and said, we've had these games the last 3 years, happening against the Bucks and the Eagles. And you know what was concerning about that is in the playoffs, that defense did what they did today.
Yeah.
So what makes me think that the defense is going to be any different come playoff time?
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes me nervous when I tell you, Mikey, like when I say if we play Baltimore again, or like a team that has, a good offense, right? Good offensive scheme, better, like where we can't stop the run, can't stop there. Because what makes anything different the second time around? Same with the Cincinnati game. That game that we played in 2022 was going the same way before DeMar had his incident. It was going to be no difference. I'm telling you guys, we got smoked there and we got smoked in the playoffs. Same thing.
He's being told by the higher-ups not to call the defense. Who's being told? By higher-ups not to call defense. Did you watch? Did you watch McDermott last year in the playoffs? It wasn't pretty.
No.
When he called the defense.
No, it was not good. McDermott's definitely part to blame. Of course. When are you going to not blame? You have to put blame on him.
You put blame on Babbage too? I'm not saying it's all McDermott, but McDermott's the head coach. McDermott gets blamed when the offense sucks and the defense sucks. He's the head coach.
Right. He is the leader. He is the head coach. He puts this team together. He hires the coaching staff.
Armin said we should trade Kincaid. Why would we do that?
Well, he has somewhat of a point, because if we can't get him going in the offense, like where we think we could when we drafted him, he was saying that when he becomes a free agent, there could be another team that goes out and goes, hey, we want to pay this guy more because we think we could use him the right way in our scheme, and then we don't get anything for him. I understand that, but I also said I'm on the no, I get that's what I'm saying, but I'm on the fence with it. I want to see what we do next year with him, and then we could judge it by that. But I kind of understand where he's going with it. But we don't use our tight ends right. We never have. It's a Buffalo thing. I don't get it.
And okay, and spin, yes. And when I do the good, bad, and ugly, when we do good, I give McDermott credit.
Absolutely, and I have too. Yeah,
unless he did some boneheaded thing for time management. But outside of that, I give him credit on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, I put him on my stock up multiple times this year.
I don't know, Dwight, how there was not a flag. It should have been offensive pass interference.
Yeah,
like he was blocking long before the ball came out. I mean, not only that, but he was dry humping him.
Yeah. Yep. I guess spin like at the end of the day, we're 8 years into McDermott. I'm just saying, if we continue to go down this path of being bounced out and our defense is to blame, then you have to eventually make a change, no? Or do you just keep running it back with McDermott? And I'm with you, Mike. I think it's more the owners who just love him and he's not going anywhere for a while. But
he's not.
I just think as a fan,
we just have to pray and
hope he gets it right.
And hope's not a game plan, but we have to hope that he figures out a way in the playoffs.
Yeah, he figures out whatever's going on there. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I'm holding hope.
Dan comes in and says this is not McDermott's defense, it's Jim Johnson's defense, and McDermott is the only one who knows how to run it. This is not Jim Johnson's defense.
No, I wish it was.
Is a blitz heavy defense.
Yeah, I wish
Jim Johnson did not play soft zone at all.
No. It was
he played wide 9, blitz everybody.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Dan, if you go back in time in Philly, where McDermott was his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
When McDermott took over, McDermott actually had his style of defense. Very aggressive, very blitz happy. However, he was too much with it, and he didn't have a balance and got fired. And then he eased off in Carolina, but he had great linebackers and he knew how to use them on the blitz packages. When he came to Buffalo, he never really took that style. I don't know if it's because he isn't confident with the linebacker. No, I don't know.
He teamed up with Frazier, who was his own guy.
You're right. And then maybe he just got stuck with it. I don't know. And maybe he's content with that. But he's opposite of Jim Johnson.
The majority of the time until you play really good offenses who have.
Until you play coordinate. Yes. Until you play offensive-minded head coaches and good coordinators that know how to counter that. And not only that, the outside edge is our weak spot. We're terrible. Can't contain the outside. Cannot contain it. Can't contain the edge.
Jameson says that block punt is a killer. Smiley's got to go. Smiley does got to go. He should have went during the offseason.
Oh, he should have been gone.
He should have went with Dorsey.
Yeah, I agree.
He's been bad, and McDermott, and see, that's a McDermott thing. He kept him. At the end of the day, McDermott's got to let him go. He says it's all about what's best for the team. How is Smiley still here the best for the team?
Right, and our special teams has been bad all year. Let's be real.
Dorian Williams play at all. He was playing solid. Milano's back, so Dorian went back to the bench. And
I don't know. I think I'll be honest with you. I think it was a little too soon to put him in full time in this game. I would have liked to see a little bit of Dorian here mixed in a little bit. I don't mind. Listen, I get it. Milano's going to be the starter once he's 100, but I don't think he's 100. And I don't think
they're using these games to get him ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't like it. Ease him in a little bit more. There's no reason why Dorian couldn't get some time tonight, a little bit more playing time tonight.
There was a reason, and that's because McDermott and Babbage said no. There was absolutely a reason.
There's the reason. There's the reason.
I mean, I would like us to see us use a three linebacker set a little bit.
Me too.
Because Tron was getting his ass used all day long.
Yeah, dude.
In the run and the pass. Maybe throw a third linebacker out there.
he had an off game because that's not normal. Like for him, like Tehran's better than that. What we saw tonight, I think he had a bad game. I mean, sometimes that happens. You know what I mean? I'm not going to totally knock Tehran for this game. He had a bad game, but I don't think he's this is not what he is. You get what I mean? He just had a bad game. And going against some of the best, those are some of the best you're going to see out there today.
I don't like the play call for the tush push, and I don't like the design of the tush push. If you're going to do the tush push, fine.
Terrible.
Put 3 guys behind them and do it.
Right. Why not execute it right?
What they did, they had some weird formation, but they had to call the timeout because there was a minute left.
No, by the time you lined up,
30 seconds to get everyone off the ball.
Right. Yep. You had no choice. You either they had to get it there. They had to get it there.
They shouldn't have did the tush push. They should have thrown the ball.
No, they should have thrown, just like Tom Brady said. Should have thrown the ball. Should have thrown the ball.
Group made plays. You need to make sacks. Football Pro, the McDermott's defense isn't about sacks. Go back and look at the people who have left us, what they did during our time here and then when they left.
It's true.
It's about pressure only here.
Yep.
If you're looking for sacks and you're looking for a group to make them,
it's never going to
happen.
It ain't happening here, bro.
You're going to get maybe 10 sacks is the most you're going to get out of one guy here, and that is scheme related. We've talked about this ad nauseum. So if you're looking for guys that they've only played well if they get sacks, wrong defense for that. He's gonna have to go somewhere else for that to be good.
He's never mixed it up a group. He's never put him in anywhere else on the field. Pretty much, never tried different blitz packages for him. Doesn't do. Matter of fact, blitz packages are rare for McDermott. Just doesn't do them often.
We did a few,
and when he does, it fails. Sometimes it fails. A lot of time it fails. Actually, gets stuffed. You're right. Today we did not get home. Got stuffed. Yep.
Sophia, you're right. To be fair, Stafford and Nakua.
Oh, absolutely. You got to tip your cap, of course, to them. Yes.
Like some of the catches that Nakua made were just unbelievable. Phenomenal. We're just unbelievable.
Yeah, but you also got to stop. We're a defensive. Once again, we have a defensive-minded head coach. Mm-hmm. If our offense stalled today, we would be saying the same thing about our offensive-minded head coach. Mm-hmm. Right? We would say, damn, we have this offensive-minded head coach who can't get points. So, of course, you're going to go back to the coach. You got a defensive-minded head coach. Your team should be one of the best on defense. One of the best. Like these kind of games should not happen. And it does under McDermott.
It shouldn't happen when you have a defensive head coach. That's what I'm saying.
This
stuff happens when you have an offensive head coach.
That's what I mean. And not a good DC to kind of balance it out. It just, I don't know.
At the end of the day, look at it, Babbage, because the same problems are happening, just like when everyone confused. It's not just Babbage. I get that Babbage had a bad day. But the same things were happening when McDermott was running the defense last year. And when Frazier was running the defense before that. It's the scheme. Our scheme at times is all about communication. And when you go up against a really good offense that schemed well, their scheme beats our scheme. And we didn't have the players to go above the scheme on defense.
Yep. And I hate to say it, man, but Mikey, next weekend, this could be the same results. I'm talking about a high scoring game.
I'm thinking it's going to be.
Because I don't think our defense can against a well offensive coach team. Not only that, I'll give McVay this. He went for it on fourth down. Guess who else does that? A shit ton who doesn't give a fuck. Dan Campbell. Mm-hmm. You think you got him down? Oh, you're happy you got him to stop him on?
You can't play that soft zone on third down because he will go for it on fourth.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You think you're going to do that? No, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I think we should have used Phillips this game.
I do too. Yep. See, I don't think so. I thought Von Miller played okay today.
I think it's an overreaction there. I think actually Vaughn played pretty well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ernie, like that right there, when we look back at this game, I'm not saying it would have been a different. Yeah, when we look back at that fourth down, he 100% should have went for it. You don't know how the outcome would have been if we go down there and score a touchdown there. Going to halftime, I mean, momentum, everything, right? Could have shifted a little bit in Buffalo's favor, right? I'm just saying, we get the balls open second half, we go down. Momentum swings are everything in the NFL. And he didn't trust us to go get 2 yards, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing our defense was, I'll be honest with you, I'm shocked the Rams did not go
for it on fourth down that one time.
No, when we punted the ball to them, I am shocked they played conservative there, and we just went into halftime because they had a minute left. Like they kind of went conservative. They ran the ball. They're like, fuck it, we'll kneel it. Like they were doing what they wanted. I am shocked they didn't at least go for a field goal. You know, try to go down for a field goal.
Yeah, and Jorge, he is aggressive. He wasn't today. That's for damn sure.
No, he definitely wasn't aggressive today.
And I said after Miller's 4-game suspension, he would come back with multiple sack games. I never thought he'd come back with multiple sack games. I thought he would get a sack a game.
I didn't think so either.
I figured he'd get close to 8 this year. Is what I called.
Yeah. What does he have right now?
I think 4.
Yeah, he may not get to 8.
No, he may get to 6. What's concerning is not calling players out for below average play. I don't think they're going to show the speech after the game. I want to hear what McDermott has to say to them.
I wish he would. He's not that kind of coach. He's not. I'm talking about maybe he'll talk to him, but I'm talking about to the media. He's never gonna like blow a play. Like he's not.
He's not
gonna call anyone.
It wasn't up to our standard.
Yeah, we left some plays on the field. Yeah, blah blah blah. Which we had some
same bullshit he always says after.
Yep. If you think you're gonna get anything from him, you're not.
Yeah, the refs weren't great tonight, but at the end of the day, whether refs were good or bad, that defense looked, lost. They couldn't stop anything. And we tried to make adjustments, and this shit just didn't work.
No, nothing we did worked.
Like we started running, cover zeros. The problem is when you're running cover zeros, you have to have man-to-man guys. And I love Douglas. He's not a man-to-man guy, and he just kept holding over and over.
He doesn't have
first downs.
He doesn't have the speed, and I think he's lost a little step this year.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell, like he gets burnt. And I was saying this, I think on Friday I said this. He lost a step, but the good thing about him is he gets back on the ball. He wasn't getting back on the ball. He was getting PIs.
I want to hit this one. Spin says we can't blame the refs. Our first touchdown only happened because the refs made a questionable roughing the passer call. They're going to call that roughing the passer 9 times out of 10. If they would have pushed Josh, it wouldn't have been called. But because he hit him and he hit him high, they're going to throw the flag there every time.
Yeah, it was questionable, but I get it. I understand.
But I'm saying, if he just would have pushed him out of bounds, they wouldn't have called it. But he landed his shoulder high.
He should have. Yep.
And Josh is really good at just following back and flopping backwards and taking it.
No, he's great at acting. He's really good at.
Tom Brady called it today multiple times. It's like, listen, as a quarterback, it's your job to make a play for your team.
Speaking of Brady, he lost his voice like second quarter, huh?
Yeah. He was struggling. He was hyped for this game, though.
Yeah, he was.
He generally gave up 30 to the Chiefs in the playoffs with Benford Bernard and an injured Douglas, and only gave up 30 if Babbage gave up 30. Blame Babbage if you want to, Dan. We're going to agree to disagree on this. That's okay. What was his excuse against the Chiefs in that 13 seconds game?
So I do want to go on this Triggs point, and I don't know if this could be true, but I will remind everybody here in the chat. McDermott has done this before. If this is true, and he did take over any kind of play call, he's done it before, and he did it to Leslie Frazier, who was a veteran coach, well above Babbage, right? He's been in the NFL for a long time, and he took over play calling from him. What makes you think he didn't do it today?
Oh,
maybe.
He probably did.
Very possible.
I guarantee you, coming out of the half, by the fourth quarter, he was calling those plays.
Very possible. It would not surprise me at all.
Blocked punt is a turnover, same effect.
And what is Babbage going to say? Nothing.
No. It's ultimately it falls on McDermott. It's his job to take the play calls away if it's not working.
Absolutely.
Come up with something different.
Right.
And he'll give it back to Babbage next week. It's what he does.
Yeah. Yep.
He was trying to make a change.
That's all. Yep. Then it didn't work. Though.
We are exposed. Listen, we're only exposed if you have an offense that can do the shit that Puka and Cup was able to do. Not a lot of them can do that shit. There's not a lot of offenses in this league that can do what they did.
I will say this, though, we're not there yet, but we are going. Obviously, we already clinched, the division in the playoffs. If I am McDermott and Joe Brady, listen, man, be prepared to just have a shootout. Like, honestly, just I just don't. I think, guys, and I'm not saying we're going to see teams like the Rams offense all the time, because every team is different. Every team's offense is different, but I think we need to kind of be prepared to have a shootout almost in the playoffs, because I just don't trust our defense can hold a good offensive team, under 20 points. I just don't see it happening.
It's why I think you're going to see Hyde in there towards the end of the year, because Hyde's, ability to make checks is better than what Hamlin has back there.
Yeah, Hamlin looked bad today, guys.
Yeah. Jared comes in and says McDermott just isn't in the same league as McVay. McVay would have multiple rings with Allen. It's why I started the show saying Allen deserves better.
I know, but you're going to have people out there that still thinks, look at his record, playoffs.
One game. They didn't quit on him. They all loved McDermott.
I like the comment, right? Great. Said no one. No. Yeah. Way to kick it right to him, right? Nothing to it, right? I mean, do you practice at all? By the way, I know it's a tough. Onside kicks are very tough. There's only been 3 recovered this year. But yeah, that was real shit. Nothing to it. You know what I like when onside kick, I think is kind of comes close when they put the ball on the ground sideways and they just kind of make it spin. I like that one. Seems like you got a better opportunity there.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. Gut check time next week, boys.
That's going to be. Shoo, I'm going to tell you right now. Be prepared.
Way better than McDermott. I'm not arguing that at all. McVay is one of the best offensive minds in the league.
And I want you guys to all be prepared for, if you guys do watch national media.
They're gonna
get fucking ready.
They're gonna roast this defense.
Get fucking
Bills aren't gonna be able to win. Josh Allen couldn't save them. They're not gonna win in the Super Bowl.
Get ready, boy.
They've been waiting for us to lose so they can.
Yes, it's been a while, so get ready because it's coming. And I promise you, I would be shocked if anyone has us beating the Lions as far as national media goes. So not that matters, but they are gonna. And McDermott's going to get some heat this week too, for sure.
Rightfully no, football. I'm with you on that. You have to call out guys. Like me and Tommy have been calling out guys all show.
Oh, you have
to call out more than absolutely. But you know what? That you have to call out Brandon Beane too. Whatever plan that they've put together for this defense isn't working.
You built it, right?
You guys have built this thing. Make this shit work. You keep paying. We pay more money to our defensive side of the ball than we do our offensive side of the ball, and it's not. And it hasn't worked to this point. Do something different because this shit isn't working. This undersized defense isn't working anymore. Right.
We've been listening, guys. This is something that we've been saying for a long time. Undersized defensive line. The scheme of the defense I don't like. I never really was a fan of. Listen, it works at times, but when you face better teams, offensive-minded head coaches, the better teams, that we have been exposed. That defense, that soft zone, defense, that cushion-ass defense gets worked. Gets worked every time, bro.
David, I wouldn't say this would cost us. If we play the Chiefs, we can beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't have the firepower that the Rams have.
And I'm going to tell you this one more thing too, David, just to throw this out there. And I don't no game for the remainder of the regular season is going to cost the Bills anything. Like once you're in the playoffs, it's time. Mm-hmm. I don't care what seeding you are. Yeah, right. But my point is, we're in it. We've already clinched. We already done that. The hard part is done. Of course, I want to keep winning. Of course, I want to get better seeding. But I don't think any game right now in the regular season is going to cost them anything, because I've seen teams go to the Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl with 9 wins, 10 wins, like barely got in there. Wild card teams that just got hot, like in the playoffs. So yeah, it's all about the playoffs. Honestly, no, I don't think any game's going to totally like kill the Bills. You know what I mean? For the remainder of the regular season.
John's right, though. The Bills can't expect to play that soft zone with no sack speed. That can't be the defensive plan, because Allen couldn't do more than what he did today. But Allen's done this in the playoffs, and we've lost.
And that's the problem. And we'll go back to the game. One mistake or one non-call by McDermott not going for a 4th down. Those close games have now, like, that's where it goes to the other team's favor, because not going for a 4th and 2, maybe we should have. Maybe we get closer at halftime. I'm just saying, on shootouts, the little things, yes, the little
pass to Shakir.
The missed pass Shakir. Yes. The block punt for a touchdown that has to do with the special team. Little shit like that. And you're down 17 before you know it, and climbing back into a game is so tough at that point, guys. So I'm just saying, in shootouts, you can't make little mistakes, and you got to be a little bit more aggressive if you're a head coach. Like, you got to go for some of those. And I just think McDermott on these tight games is where he really tightens up, man. And he showed it today. Because why not go for it there? Why not? What is the problem? Like, it's 2 yards. Like, you don't trust your offense to get 2 yards? Come on, man. Well, I don't get it.
I wouldn't put this game on Greg and Vaughn at all.
No, this game, there's the defense in general.
Yeah, there's way more guys. Like, I thought Greg and Vaughn were 2 that actually played halfway decent today. Yeah. Some of the other guys just were, what the hell were they doing out there? And that's our secondary, our back 7. Because Benford and Bernard weren't great. Milano looked slow today. Like, I get he's coming back to it, but
right,
like,
I didn't see much.
Made tackles and tried to do things, but or Bernard tried to do things, but it was a bad day. I don't know if I want to look at this, dude.
I know. Well, there's some on the offense. There's good, right? So we can look at some of this, right?
All right, go ahead.
All right. So Josh, of course, had himself a game. 22 of 37, 342, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pretty clean game from Josh.
Didn't even put the ball in jeopardy.
No, at all, did not. No fumbles.
Yeah, he played a clean game.
10 carries, 82 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, the guy had a game. If you had him on your fantasy, woo, he scored you some points today. James Cook did nothing. There goes your. Now, I'm not totally putting all the blame on him, but there's your dynamic running back.
It's six carries.
I know. I'm just saying, like, they went away from him quick.
I mean, he held Kyron under 100.
No. So that wasn't bad.
Carries.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Like I said, they were running him, and that we did okay. I thought our run defense was okay today, but couldn't stop him when we needed to. Yeah. But here we go. Here's the story of the game. Puka Nacua, 12 receptions, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, long of 21. So it wasn't even like he was killing us long ball. He was just shredding us up like everything else. Right? Moving to change. 14 targets, 12 receptions. Cooper Kupp, 5 receptions, 92 yards. He killed us, 1 touchdown. Tutu Otwell, 3 receptions, 45 yards. For us, Khalil Shakir, definitely a game for him. 5 reception, 106. And a TD, long of 51. Cooper's best game as a Buffalo Bill, 6 receptions, 95 yards on 14 targets. So, 6-14. I don't know, maybe a little bit on Allen, a little bit on him. I have to go back and watch, but that's a lot right? That's not good. I got to see why targets and the reception. Well, 14 targets, 6 receptions. Should it be a little bit better than that?
Some of it was the defense, and he was just throwing the ball away.
That's what I mean.
In his area, so they target him.
All right. I had to go back. 4 receptions for Mac, 57 yards on 6 targets. So he had himself a game and a touchdown. Ty Johnson, I like Ty Johnson, man. 2 receptions, 55 yards.
He played well.
Yeah, he did 3 targets. That's pretty much it. Curtis Samuel just did not look good again. We just cannot find a way to use him. I don't get it. Taylor
Josh
Rapp
aren't on the same page.
They're not.
It's not even that they don't know how to use him, because he was open a few times and Josh just
You're
missed
right.
him.
Or maybe just Josh isn't, yeah.
They're just not on the same page.
They're not, yeah. Rapp,
Josh was
13
expecting
tackles.
him to sit down, and he didn't.
Yep. 8 solo tackles for Rapp. Hamlin, 13 totals, 7 solo. I mean, our defense was just no sacks today, guys. No interceptions. You know what today we didn't do either? No turnovers, like we've been doing. Which it really is what our defense has been known for this year, right, Mikey? Like turnovers, and we had none today. Kicking, Tyler Bass didn't even kick a field goal. He was 6 for 6 on extra points. Cool. I thought Sam Martin did okay today, except for the block punt. I don't even know it's on him. More on the line that got bullied back. 55 and a long, 2 for 101. So he averaged about 50. So, yeah, not great.
Triggs, was this in the post game?
Or are you talking about Tom Brady?
Because Tom Brady was criticizing the shit out of me.
He's talking about Tom Brady, and I think he's talking about at the end there.
Yeah. He criticized them in the first half too. At the end when he punted.
So I'm saying, like why not? I just like little things like that, man. Is what we're talking about when it comes to him. And imagine if this was a playoff game, Brant. You know what I mean? Like that's it, folks.
Yeah, Cook wasn't dynamic today. That's for damn
sure. No, he was not, guys.
David, I know we want the Super Bowl. Josh wants the Super Bowl. He doesn't care about the MVP either. No, he should ever lose scoring 42 points in the NFL. I have to wake up D-line, no pressure, soft zones, 3rd and long. Listen, Randy, I'm with you on this 1,000%. The problem is it doesn't matter who you bring in here. Unless McDermott's willing to change his philosophy, it's not going to change. This scheme doesn't allow for certain things. It is what it is. Until McDermott's willing to change the philosophy of his defense.
This is what you get. I mean, you see when we go against lesser offenses, it looks phenomenal. Yeah. It's really good. When you go against offenses that have weapons and a good quarterback and a good OC or offensive minded head coach, that's where this defense really starts to get used and looks bad, like quite frankly. It's been like that. That's why we keep saying like, yeah, you can blame Babbage, but it's
ongoing. Can I tell you what the difference is from what like the last few games of this game? We forced 0 turnovers today.
Well, that's what I said earlier, like 2 seconds ago. 0 turnovers. Like that's what the one thing that we've been doing. We didn't get.
We had one every game this year. And we just didn't get it this year.
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. This game was just an epic failure. I mean, we just didn't on defense. Ain't
that the truth?
Yeah, just nothing. Like we
thought the offense struggled in the first half a little bit.
I did, but I still don't think it was terrible. I just think getting behind early, of course, it affects the offense a little bit because they know now they have to air it out. They can't make a mistake. You know what I mean? Like, gotta play super clean football, and I hated that 4th down. I mean, I'll continue to go back to that. That was a bad decision.
Here we go. Some good stuff.
All right, Mr. Fulton.
Bring some positivity into this.
If you guys don't know, he's the most interesting man in the chat. Hello, Tommy and Mikey. Had my big Christmas concert last night, and I was singing and playing my ukulele with my song and Joy to the World. Yes, you can send it to my email. I gave my email. You emailed me before, so just send it to my email. If not, just go to my YouTube. You'll find it.
I hope you weren't nervous. I know you were talking about how you were going to be nervous, and we told you to just go out there and crush it. I hope you went out and crushed it and had a good time.
That's right.
Own it, brother. Good job. Thank you for bringing some positivity to this.
Yeah, we needed it.
This was a crap show today from this defense.
You know what? The only reason I'm not super duper upset or mad is because at least our offense put up a fight at the end. You know what I'm saying? At least I have something to.
Our offense is good enough to
to try to do shot for shot. You know what I mean? If our defense is failing.
Know what it tells me? If we needed Josh to be the Josh of the last few years,
yes, he can. He can most certainly put the cape on at any moment.
I'm like, does he have the weapons to do that this year? I don't know. Like, it's worked out well because we haven't had to do that yet. But
I think it showed today that he does, and we didn't have Keon or Dalton that would have helped in this game. But either way, our coach needs to have more faith then in this offense.
David, we already beat the Chiefs. What are you talking about? We beat them by 9.
Right. Now, that's in the regular season. I get that. Yeah. Playoffs is a little just different, but we did beat them.
We're beating the Chiefs? I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, we already listen, and our defense was on point that game. Like, and that we weren't the greatest, but their offense this year is shaky. So I think we do have an opportunity if we meet them in the playoffs. I will say that they are a little different this year, but I'd hate to see an offensive like a Baltimore. I even though their record's not the greatest right now because they've been playing shaky. I that game worries me, man.
No, I absolutely want to re-sign Groot. You want to let Groot walk away because he didn't have sacks in one game that we lost?
No.
Groot. We need to re-sign Groot. How many tackles did he have, Tommy?
Let's go back to it. So Milano, all right here. So Matt Milano, way on the bottom. He had two solo and 3 total. Yeah, so
Pittsburgh coming for the 2 seed. Okay.
Very possible. Pittsburgh is
a good team.
But don't listen. I don't know if you're a Pittsburgh fan, but y'all, you listen. I will say this: y'all lost to Cleveland, and Cleveland is a tough team. I mean, I'll beat them today, but I will say this: it is very tough to win week in, week out in the NFL. There's going to be a loss. I wish we could win every weekend. So anybody that's come out here to like troll, the Bills are too, bro. We have 3 losses in the whole season. You know what I mean? We didn't lose to a right. We didn't lose to a shit team like the Rams are. By the way, can I remind people this was a Super Bowl winning team a couple years back?
Not only that, but they're finally healthy. This is the first time they've been healthy all year. Right.
But I just wanted to point that out. Like they are a Super Bowl winning team with that roster. They are a damn good team when healthy. Now their defense may not be as good as it once was because they're missing the one guy who retired. What was his name? Aaron Donald. But they're a dangerous team. If I'm an NFC team right now, I'm not wanting to play the Rams. Kidding me? If healthy, that team's dangerous.
Do we bash? I don't bash the Fins.
Yeah, I don't bash the Fins, bud.
And you guys dominated a different version of this team a few weeks ago, but yes, you guys did beat them.
And by the way, we're always humble. That's one thing about so you clearly, I don't know if you ever come on here before, but I am humble with win or loss. Now I'll go pregame and I'll give you my takes and what I think my prediction will be, but that's not us not being humble. Like we come on, we're happy with victory or loss, but we don't say, oh, the fucking Dolphins blow, suck ass. Like we don't, that's not what we do here. We're happy with the victory, but we're always humble, bro. And matter of fact, our team is humble in victory and defeat. So yeah, you got it twisted, man. That's not what we do here, bro.
Yeah.
That's maybe another channel, not us.
Now there are Bills fans that do that.
Absolutely there is. And I'm sure there's channels.
Yeah.
And I know a few that do that, but that's not what we do, bro. So wrong channel for that. We don't act like fools like that, bro.
Let's also call a spade a spade. You beat a team that we lost to. We beat you twice.
Yeah, and let's also be real. If you want to really take shots at us, you guys haven't won a playoff game since 2002. Stop. Like don't we can get in these debates, and of course you'll probably come back and go the 72 Dolphins, blah blah. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying the Bills have way outplayed the Miami Dolphins since Josh Allen has arrived. You really should stay in your lane. Like I know you're here to troll a little bit, but concentrate on your team. You're a bad team. You barely beat the Jets today. Try to just stay in your lane and hope you guys can make the playoffs. Right. And maybe you see us. And then, that's all. But worry about your team. I that's one thing I listen, I don't mind people coming here, like different like fan bases. But sometimes, you know what? It's always the fan base for the most part where their team is struggling. I don't get it. It's like, worry about what you got going on. You have issues there. Stay in your lane.
So yeah, I'm with you. That block punt changed everything. Put us trailing, and we just never could catch up. The offense tried, just couldn't get there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with you. They would make no difference today having Keon and Dalton.
No,
It wasn't the
no,
offensive issue; it was a defensive issue.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we run into games like this every year with McDermott and the scheme that we have. The difference is we didn't get smoked. The offense showed up here. We lost by 2.
No, it wound up being a really, for anyone that's not a Bills or Rams fan or whatever, that was a fun game to watch. Not for Bills fans who lost, right? It's never fun to lose. But if you're just an outside NFL fan watching that game today, what an exciting game. I mean, down 17, come back, 44-42, a lot of offense in that game. A lot of offense. Really no. I want to say one thing, too. The defense of the Rams gave up 42 points. Okay? Mm-hmm. Just pointing something out. It wasn't just the Bills' defense today that sucked ass. Rams' defense was no better. 42 points is a lot of points to be given up. 6 total touchdowns. Like, just throwing that out there. Some of the plays we left out there, and that's on coaching. The 4th down, the block punt, and maybe the game's different. Very possible, but it isn't. And this is the outcome, 44-42.
Appa, if you think one play cost you the game, that tells me where you're at as a fan. Cool.
Yeah, you got, like I said, bro, you guys got your problems, bro, over there. You do. You know it. Like, I know you're here to have fun. Congratulations on the overtime win against the Jets, by the way.
You guys are doing what you need to do. You have to win games in order to get in.
Yeah, like, dude, you got your own problems to worry about.
It doesn't matter how you win, just win.
Right. And like I said, man, stay in your lane. We'll see you in the playoffs if you make it.
4 score 3 years ago. The Dolphins won a playoff game. That's fun.
Yeah, come on, guys.
And fans are so sad to have to watch.
They have to watch, to see if the Bills lose. It makes them feel better. Well, I don't know. It's good for you.
Cato, you're not wrong here. This goes back to the scheme that I was talking about. The Bills don't run stunts and games up front at all anymore.
Nope.
We haven't done that in forever. It's been like early on when Kyle Williams was here, we would run stunts and games up front. We don't do that anymore. It's weird.
Right.
I don't get it. Josh gets most of the blame for all the Bills' challenges and losses. Yeah. They say he can't win the big one. I'm not sure what he could have done more today. I'm not sure what he could have done more in a lot of our playoff losses, but, whether you like it or not, the quarterback's the one that gets all the, all the good and the bad. The Dolphins suck, get real.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, I would expect, no offense, Like I don't know who you are, and whatever. Maybe you're just having fun trolling, but I would expect a Rams fan to be in here right now. Like, I would accept that more a little bit. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you guys. We've been doing this a long time. Me and Mikey podcast. I'll be honest with you. The majority of the fans after a Bills loss that come on here are not even the team we fucking played. It's different fucking fan bases.
It's teams that we've already beat. And then like, well, we beat that team. Why couldn't you?
It's like, what are you doing? I don't get, if that's what makes you sleep better at night, then hey man, great.
More power to you.
More power to you.
Dan, I'm not sure I'm putting any of what happened today on the offense. They stalled what, three times this whole game? 3 drives?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but the offense had to have played perfect to win this game, but we shouldn't have to expect the offense to.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little stat real quick, Dan. We punted twice. Okay. We punted twice.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. Like, the offense did their job. Like, was it as good as it was in the second half? No. But we punted twice. Like, we put up 42 points. And to be fair, the Rams didn't put up 44 offensively. They scored a special teams defensive touchdown. So truly, we put up more offensive points than the Rams.
We punted twice. The Rams punted once.
Yeah, there it goes. Story of the game.
There Poyer didn't help us either. Probably had been out a month, so probably wouldn't be coming back anytime soon. Glad Hyde's back, but no good luck in San Diego today. Listen, Allen made a great case for MVP today. He put up numbers that he needed to put up.
He did.
But at the end of the day, it still would have been a better case if the defense could have got him one more stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And gave him a chance because he drove down and scored. Like if they give listen, McVay was smart. He held on to the ball, and he went for it because he's like, we're not stopping Allen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unlike McDermott in some of the playoff games where he's handed the ball back to Patrick Mahomes, he didn't go for it. McVay on 4th and 5 or 4th and 7 or 4th and 3, he's going for it. He's like, I'm not giving the ball back to that guy.
No, I love the approach, and that's exactly what you should do.
You got to tip your cap to him.
That's exactly what you should do in close games and games where how the game flow is going. Like I'm always with how the game flow is going, right? You don't always have to go for it on 4th down, but goddamn, dude, in that situation, McDermott, you got to go for it there.
Yeah. I will say, Appa, that the best game you guys played against us was probably this last one.
Absolutely.
Even that heat when you guys beat us, we dominated the stats, and you guys, we just couldn't get it in the end zone at the end.
Yeah. Yep.
This was probably our last game we played you was probably the best they had looked against us. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Yep.
Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. They couldn't. It was bad. Well, technically, Rams punted twice, but well, technically, the Bills punted 3 times, but one was blocked.
Right, you're right.
Technically, we punted 3 times.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Fucking. How can I forget?
Yeah, Roy's not gonna let you forget, brother.
Oh man, God, I tried to forget. You see, thanks, Roy.
You're not wrong. We should run that up tempo more often.
Did anyone watch the pregame? Bro, Mikey, I'm getting mad now. I said pregame. I would really love if the Bills went a little up tempo. A little up tempo here and there. Like we are, bro. Allen thrives in it. The offense goes smoother. Did you see how tired the Rams defense was when we went up tempo? Did you see how gassed they were? Why don't we run? What do you mean? Run it more often. Like
I don't know why we don't.
Come on, man. With the simple.
Also, it gets Josh into a rhythm. He starts passes,
and it gets a defense tired, and they can't and they can't substitute. Like I'm telling you, man. Like I want to see more of it.
Spin this year, McDermott went for it in the exact same spot, so I'm hoping he carries that, big ball macho-ness into the playoffs because he had a chance to go for it today and he didn't.
Yeah, did not.
A chance to have a double dip when we're trailing 10, and he chose not to. He chose to punt it away.
Right.
So
no, I was cool with. Listen, I gave McDermott his love for doing that. I thought that was the right call to do, and I think a lot of good head coaches, believe it or not, they go for that on 4th down.
Oh God, hell no! Don't you wish they would have fake punted him?
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, fucking A.
I guess instead of the block, yes. I guess they wish they would have because then at least we would have had a chance defensively. Right. But
I don't know, man.
Nothing I saw from this game tells me they could have stopped him anyways.
My point, though, to spin on this
and lost. First quarterback ever to go for 6 touchdowns, 3-3, and lost.
Yeah, we just couldn't stop their offense. So I don't know why you want to go for it anyways. Yeah, too many.
42 points and too many punts. Hey, look. If we pull out a win next week, all is forgiven. Get spanked by McD. Get spanked by McD. Getting questioned again. Next week is redemption. You're not wrong, Randy. We thought we'd lose 1 over the final 5. Yeah, we just lost it. If we come back, we come out next week and we win, you're not wrong. It changes the whole narrative. We said the same thing early when we lost those back-to-back games. We said if we beat the Jets, it changes the narratives. We beat the Jets and we went on the run.
I got to see a better defensive performance next week. I have to. I can't see. I can't see what we saw today, or I'm gonna. You know what? What's gonna tell me is we're in some trouble when we hit the playoffs when we go against a team. We better get ready offensively to put up some big points.
God, yes, Philip. I'm not sure we're getting it because I don't see the Chiefs losing 2 games.
I do. Okay. I really do. I don't think that Cleveland game is a pushover by any means. I think Cleveland will give them a dogfight. I also think tonight, I think they'll win, but I think the Chargers could, you never know, put up a dogfight versus them. Let me see the rest of their schedule. And then they got
3-0 Chiefs at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I saw that. Right. But 3-0. That's not one quarter, 3. I mean, for the Chiefs, I'm just saying, like, it seems like teams are hanging around. They got Cleveland at Cleveland. I'm telling you, what Jameis Winston do you get? Do you get Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jameis Winston? Jameis, Fitzpatrick 2.0. If you do, it's going to be a long game, right? At Cleveland, they got nothing to lose. They're going against the Chiefs. Every bad team wants to knock off a good team. Like today, LA, that was a big win for them. They beat a good team in Buffalo.
They needed that win in order to have the chance to win the division.
Yes, and it's also a hey, we fucking beat the fucking 10-2 Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? Like, teams love that shit.
Did you not see them throw their hands up at the end when they won?
Of course.
Like, they were excited.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big deal. I see them beating Houston, but then they got at Pittsburgh, at Denver to end the year. Bro, that's not an easy task. I definitely see them losing a game or two. 100%. So it's not totally over for the number 1 seed.
Of wins and losses not being quarterback stat, they are team stats. Yeah, I'm with you, John. But at the end of the day, people are gonna put this as if Josh does what he does today, right, and goes for 424, I think he went for total today with 6 touchdowns, and we lose in the playoffs, it's gonna be Josh can't win in the big game.
I've said it all along, man, but people always want to blame the quarterback. It's the first thing, and especially Josh Allen. It's a team game, right? It's for everything. I'm talking about coachings, everything. You don't have it right. It's not on one particular player. Unless Josh Allen had the worst game, right? Then fine, we can be like, hey, that's on Josh. 5 interceptions, whatever, But when does he have those games, guys? Like, honestly, when's the last poor game? I mean, shit show of a performance by Josh Allen. I really honestly can't remember. Of a shit show game? I'm talking about where he really cost us.
Texans, he was 9 for 30.
You're talking about the regular season. Okay. I'm talking about playoffs. So,
Cincinnati. Right. But that was the whole team.
Bengals. That was a team game, though. Yeah. Right. I'm talking about where it's really on Josh. Like, Josh Allen cost us the game.
Well, no.
Like, you know what I mean? Where he just was like terrible. Like, I don't
know in the playoffs he's ever been the guy who cost us.
I would say maybe his rookie year, second half was not good. Maybe I have to go back against Houston. I'm sorry, second year. I'm sorry, it's the second year, 2019. Maybe the second half wasn't that great.
Just crumbled in the second half. We were up 20 points.
We were. You're right.
Just crumbled.
But we also didn't do anything offensively much in the second half. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. But it was the second year. So I'm just saying, I really can't recall a game where Allen's has been the reason.
Just Allen was the reason.
Where it was just Allen. Yeah, he just was just
playoffs,
miserable.
No. I do believe Allen was the reason we lost the Texans game.
I do too.
Our defense played really well.
That's fair.
And
That's
Allen
fair.
just struggled the whole game. It wasn't just Allen. The offensive line and the receivers, and they all sucked. The offense did, but
he had an off game for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I mean, but really, that's like one in the last 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, especially, and then when you talk about playoff football, his numbers are phenomenal. Go look at his stat. I mean, he puts up great numbers.
Yeah, the Cincinnati game was the worst game he played, and that was the whole.
Yeah, team. That was bad. Yeah, that was a bad
show that game.
Yep.
Speaking of the special teams bright side, Bass 6 or 6 on extra points, and one was after a 15 flag.
Yeah, and a long one. Yeah,
all day.
Bass was fine. Yeah.
All day. Kicking in dome, the motherfucker better be.
You're
right. Ain't no win. Right. Kicking in dome, there's not better.
That is true, right? There's no excuse to miss a kick, right? Their kicker actually got one blocked, extra point, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. At the end, he slipped and fell. I was just kicking it. Yeah. Josh breaking records, even in loss. Josh just break records. It's what he does.
Yeah.
He's so talented. You know,
Since the game, but that wasn't on. That was on the whole team, though. We're talking about where just Josh Allen's cost us the game.
Here's the thing, also, guys. We're talking about the 1 seed. Don't think the Pittsburgh can't get the 1 seed.
Absolutely, they can. What do they got? 2 losses? 3 losses? I think they got 3, right?
They have 3. So
they got 3. They got 3. Yeah, they got 3 losses in total. You're right. So
they're tied with us.
Yeah.
And I don't know who has the actual. Oh, we have the tiebreaker right now.
I think we do. Yeah, we do. So we're still sitting at 2. So right now it's Chiefs 11-1, Buffalo at 10-3, Pittsburgh at 10-3, and the Texans at 8-5, and then the Chargers 8-4, and then Baltimore 8-5.
And man, wouldn't it be beautiful if the Chargers can pull this one out and make Chiefs go to 11-2?
There it is right here. I'll pull it up.
Thank you.
So yeah, no problem. So there's the standings right now as we sit today, guys. So yes, it sucks losing this game, but I still think we have an opportunity. So does Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh also, I feel like they have some tough games coming up that I could see them losing as well. So I think we have one that's really a tough game, which is obviously next week. But if we get past the Lions and get that win, I don't see why we can't beat New England twice and beat the Jets as well. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got... let's see here. They have Philly, not an easy team to play. At Baltimore, once again, not an easy place to play. Home against KC. Now, I think we would want them to win that game, right? Because if they did lose that, and then they're home against the Bengals, which you saw what happened the last time they met.
All good, Appa.
Yeah.
Feel free to come back anytime if you just want
to
watch out.
You're good.
We're good. You know, we talk not just Bills. We do talk the rest of the AFC East as well. So come join us anytime. You know, I hope you guys make it to the playoffs because I would love to beat you for a third time.
But I will say this: you do see why I think Tua is a decent, pretty good quarterback. I still say they're way losing your quarterback that hurt you guys big time, no doubt about it. I still think there's issues with that team that you'll have to figure out, but they do play a lot better. They do play a lot better, but I think that goes for a lot of teams with starting quarterbacks. I guess that's fair to say.
Tommy's a closet tune-on.
I like Tua. I think he's a good guy too. I have no problem with Tua, man. I don't. I think he leads the league in what? Or he's going to break a record or potentially for completion percentage. They were saying. I
don't know.
Yeah, so he's completion. That much. He's going to beat somebody's record. Drew Brees' record. Yeah, if he keeps it up. So his completion percentage right now, 74.5. And I got to say, Goff, I didn't even know this, 72.4.
Goff is playing his ass off. They're saying Goff might win the MVP.
Mayfield, 70.8. I mean, Daniels at 69.6. But damn, 74.5 and 72.4 for Goff. That's impressive. Like that is impressive stats.
Sophia comes in and says Saquon Barkley got just over 100 yards rushing. Compare that to what Josh did today. How can there still be? I think Josh will separate in the second half of the year. If Josh continues putting up games like he put up today,
and he might have to.
I think he's gonna win the MVP. Here's the thing: if Saquon breaks the record, people are gonna, they love the story narrative. If he breaks the all-time record, that's what's gonna keep him in the hunt. But Josh hits that 40 touchdown mark. It's gonna be hard to take it away from him.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless we lose. If we lose another one, though.
Yeah, that's right.
Now you can start talking about losses.
I think he has another big performance next week because he's going to have to.
I have a feeling if he has a big performance and we win next week, that's going to seal. It's going to seal.
If we win, yes, it will seal. I think it will seal the deal. You got 3 games left. I think all winnable. I mean, honestly, can't lose to the Patriots and Jets.
How was Allen in that Cincy game? Nobody was good in that Cincy game. Not a single player.
Yeah, nobody. It was terrible.
Randy, who called the coin toss in that 13-second game? Josh,
I think it was Allen.
Terrible call. What a terrible call. That's the worst thing he's done in his entire playoff career.
I know.
Call heads instead of tails.
Yep.
Allen cost us a couple years ago multiple picks. And
that's a good one. You're right.
Yep.
That was terrible. You are right. You know what? I'll go with that.
Wasn't that last year?
That was.
Wasn't that last year's season opener?
No, it was Aaron Rodgers opening first season with the Jets. No, that was the year before, wasn't it? Oh no, you're right. It was last year. Why am I thinking Aaron Rodgers? You're right. That was last year. Yeah. Absolutely, last year against the Jets. Zach Wilson beat us.
That was when Josh and Diggs got in the fight in the
I'm sorry, you're right. That was last year in New Jersey.
Yeah.
First game of the season. And everyone was like, Zach Wilson. The best.
They're not going to run the table. Pitt's not going to run the table. They're going to drop one or two.
No, I just gave you the schedule.
They have a rough stretch. I don't know where they're going to, but
who's asking that?
Spin was talking about it.
No, Spin. Have you looked at the schedule? They got at Philly, at Baltimore.
I'm out. He just said they need to drop one. That's all
they will. I think they'll drop two.
Yeah.
I don't think they beat Philly, and I don't think they beat Baltimore, and I don't think Cincinnati is a given.
Josh came out and said that is on him. That whole game was on him. You know, the Steelers have the Eagles, KC, Ravens, and Bengals. Yeah, we went through that. I'm catching up in the chat, so
no, that's fine.
Tommy is the closet chewing on. Tommy does like Tua more than he likes Cook.
Possible.
Not wrong.
No, that's definitely not true. I like Cook.
But still loses. Such a Bills thing to do. Ain't that right?
It is.
That's the most Bills thing we've done in a while.
It is, man. That's a lot of points to give up.
Oh God! Thank you guys for being therapy for me.
Isn't it good to vent though, guys? I mean, like I said, I think I would have been more mad if we got totally spanked. We made a game of it at the end. But once again, we'll look back at this game though and say the defense sucked and McDermott got tight at moments.
Crazy about all of this. Go to the team stats real quick.
Sure. Let me pull it up. Let me go to scores. Let me go back to our game. There we go. Box score. Team stats. All right, here we go.
All right. So when you look at this, total plays 54 to 72. But total yards 457 to 445.
Yeah. So we it was neck to neck.
Third down.
Total drives. Look, 9. I mean, like
they were 11 and 15 on third downs. We were 5 and 9. 11. They were 11 and 15 on third downs.
Yeah, they killed us on that. Where do you see that? Third down, right here.
Right 11
we were 5 and 9. I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's still 4 off.
They had the ball 38-30 to 21.
The time of possession was probably killer, right?
Go to the bottom, very bottom.
Yep, there it is.
38-30.
To me, that's one of the bigger stories. I didn't realize.
We usually bully and do time of possession. That's usually
that's
our
crazy.
Game.
But you know why?
They took our game.
You know why? Because they got to a lot of these right here, like you just said. Third down efficiency, 11 for 15, when we could have got them off the field. And fourth down, 1 for fun, one for one. Look, we didn't even go for it on fourth down. No, 0 for 0.
Josh hit big plays.
Yep. Yards per play, 8.2 for Buffalo, 6.3 for the Rams.
Yep.
So we had bigger yards per play.
Rushing 137 for the Rams, 103 for the Bills. Passing 320 Rams, 342 for the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, it was really even.
Look at the red zone. Look at the red zone. 5 of 6 for the Rams, 3 of 3 for the Bills.
3 for 3. Yep.
I
mean, even, except for this right here.
Time possession.
That's it. Time possession. Yep. I mean, almost doubled us. That's wild. That is wild.
They went on long drives.
Long drives. And we just could not get them off the field. Couldn't stop them.
Nothing. Herbert just missed a bomb.
But that's why I said that fourth down, when you look back at it, and I hope McDermott even looks back at that and goes, you know what? Maybe I should have gone for that. Maybe.
And you know what? Maybe let's hope he uses this as a learning experience.
Absolutely. You have to.
Yeah. And we move forward.
Bro, would you let's be real. Would you have been mad? Let's say they go for it. We don't get it. Let's say hypothetically we just don't get it, right? We're just a yard short. Whatever happens. Like, are you mad at the call there? I'm not even mad at the call. Right.
Trying to get the double dip when we haven't been able to stop them.
Right.
This point. They've had time of possession.
Right.
Like I was yelling for him to go for it.
Dude, I was baffled because it's 2 yards and we've done that play before. We've gone for it on 4th and 2 multiple times this year. Why stop now when you know we can't stop their offense? You need points. You need points now. Mm-hmm. Like, let's go.
Whoa, super chat. Thank you, Randy.
Whoa, yeah. Hey, that one deserves a big time Bills train horn. Thank you so much.
Yep, appreciate it, Randy. Thanks for the post-game support. Great humor, chemistry. Hope you hope holiday season is a great one for you guys.
You too, brother.
And I hope to see you back here, Randy. We're here Mondays and Fridays as well as pre and post game.
Yep.
So come back in for therapy. Come on, anytime.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, the defense was held together by Scotch tape all year. Damn, finally bend and break philosophy. It broke today.
We know what worries me a little bit more, though, I got to say. Now, mind you, Milano's not 100% yet, but the truth is the truth. We've been saying it all year. Well, we gave the excuse for the Baltimore game because we didn't have certain players on the field. We were missing these guys, this guy. We had everybody on the field today.
Yep.
And we got worked. So that's not promising. Now, I will say this. If we play the Lions next weekend, and our defense at least shows out a little bit, right? Gets a turnover, does something, I will feel better about this defense going into the playoffs. You know what I mean? But we have to show something against a high-powered offense for me to feel like, okay, when we meet a team in the playoffs, I have a little faith in our defense, right? Mm-hmm. But if we get smoked again, right? If the defense is just can't stop the Lions, let's say, cannot get them off the field, time of possession. Guys, boy, our offense better be humming in the playoffs because it ain't going to go well if our offense ain't. I promise you. But let's see what happens against the Lions. I'm very curious how McDermott, how Babbage, and the defense, the players respond. It's a big test, I think, for them. This is the biggest test for the defense. I trust our offense will score.
I will tell you this
big
as well.
Test.
Our losses have come on the road. So us getting home field advantage is huge.
Absolutely. I agree. Especially and it seems like now we're finally built to play at home. You know, our offensive line. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know about our defensive line though. A little shaky. I gotta admit. A little shaky.
We need Phillips in there, man. Stop deactivating that guy. Say what you want about his play. The dude brings energy. That's the one thing we were missing today was energy.
We were flat. Very flat. Very flat. Nothing.
Defensively.
Did you see the look? And I know they love it. Cameras, like the NFL, they purposely do that. But it makes for great, obviously, TV. But did you see him panning over to all the Bills' faces at one point? They're like
Josh looked mad. Josh looked mad.
Josh would look mad. The other Ed Oliver's just like confused look, right? Everyone's like upset or down. I'm like, this is not
when
good.
You look Josh looked pissed.
The defense looked defeated. Like when they were showing the guys, they looked like they had no answer. Like in their faces, like what the fuck can we do?
Josh just looking. Get a stop,
right?
Get a stop.
Anything.
Give me a stop, please, so I can win this damn game.
Golly, you had an opportunity, still couldn't get it. Dude, I was telling you, too. I told Mikey on that last Rams drive because Mikey's like, let's get a stop. Dude, I was like, just hold him to a field goal. I don't even care if it's a field goal. We still have an opportunity. Couldn't even fucking do that. Couldn't even hold him to a fucking field goal.
McDermott assumed McVay was going to kick a field goal on when
he
we were
had him in 30 and 17. Did.
Played that stupid soft zone, gave it up, and then they went for it and got it.
Soft zone, gave him fucking big chunk yards.
Gave him 12 yards.
Per usual. Yep. Per McDermott, right on cue. Right on cue.
Don't break. Okay, they're going to kick the field goal, and then they go for it and get the first down. He's like, oh, shit.
Oops. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Well.
This is why Josh can never get comeback wins. How many does Josh come through and the defense failed him? So many times.
Multiple.
So many times.
Multiple.
You know, they staged that. They searched for looks on the sideline and aired it. Yeah, they did.
Oh, absolutely.
They were looking for it.
They NFL loves that. They eat that shit up.
They know how to produce good TV.
Oh, absolutely. Boy, they will catch you. Boy, they will catch you on the sideline.
You know what? Being a Bills fan living through that, it's rough. But being like just a football fan and watching that was a great freaking game to watch.
That's what I said. Like, if you're just an outside fan,
they were like, Brady and them were having a great time calling this
Brady lost his voice, right? Like, that was a phenomenal. It really was. It was a really fun game. It sucks that we lost. Obviously, as a Bills fan, sucks. Rams fans are loving life. But yeah, man, if you're an outside fan, just a regular fan watching that game, that's why I said, like, I anyone to come here and troll, like, that's just, you should come in here and be like, bro, that was a fun. I'm not a Bills fan, but man, that was a fucking, you guys, what a hell of a game, right? You know what I mean? Your defense sucked, but you know, that was a fun game to watch. No, we don't get that. Allen sucks.
Yeah.
That guy was okay.
I'm with you on that.
He started becoming a little better. He was nice at the end, the Dolphin fan. So I'll give him credit.
We talked.
Like he did, yeah. I think he thought we were gonna
back at him.
Yeah, that's not what we.
Yeah, he's like, my bad for trolling you guys. All right, you guys seem cool, chill. Like, we're not those fans. It's just not who we are.
Yeah, dude, never been.
Spin comes in and says, instead of the 4th and 8, McD accepts the penalty, and on their wonderful 3rd and a mile defense, it puts them and sets them up for 4th and 5. So instead of 4th and 8, where they probably would have kicked the field goal, you get them to 4th and 5, so they go for it.
Right. Well, Spin, once again, this is a guy you defend. Just throwing that out there. That's his decision.
Yep.
Okay.
Josh Allen dropped 42 in 21 minutes on them.
It's crazy, right? Wild.
Crazy.
It's wild. Well, that's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow to talk more.
Chiefs.
6-0 still. It's a fucking game. I told you, their offense is just not. I don't know what it is this year with them, boy.
2 points a minute.
Yep.
The penalty is only worth 10 yards, and their defense is designed to give up more than 10 yards. I get you, Spin. We'll be back tomorrow for the good, bad, and ugly. And there's going to be bad and ugly in this one.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. So that'll be on tomorrow at 9, guys. You don't want to miss that. And Bills Mafia, I know it sucks today, but the good news is we're still winning. Very, very good team as far as record wise. 10-3. There is some positives to take from this game. We know that Josh can get going at any moment. We know that our wide receivers, if there was can step up. There was a little faith. I think now your faith has gone up a little bit in the receiving room. And we're still in the playoffs. So that has never changed. That won't change because we clinched. So Bills Mafia, we'll see you tomorrow at 9. Appreciate you rocking with us. And as always, go Bills. We're out of here.
Go Bills.
Peace.